अच्छा, आपने खुद नहीं कभी सोचा कि यार मैं भी थोड़ा सा आई शुड ऑल्सो टेस्ट द वाटर्स, कोई अपना काम करता हूँ?
Your podcast, maybe the first podcast before me actually announcing that I may very soon get into this. You know, to inspire people to a greater vision than just themselves.
ये बताएंगे डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में आपने यू हैव लेड माशाल्लाह मल्टी-मिलियन डॉलर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन। तो डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन क्या होती है?
It's digital, I always say, is a great equalizer. It reduces the gap. It should reduce the gap between rich and poor. There's no better feeling when someone comes up to you unexpectedly and says that you said or did something that really helped me in my career or my life. That's a fantastic feeling.
I've got an amazing guest with me today, and I'm already inspired by his energy and his enthusiasm. So this is Sardar Abubakr, and he's been Chief Digital Officer and Chief Strategy Officer at Telenor, and after that has been in Mobilink Bank as Chief Operating Officer, और उसके बाद has been involved in digital Raqami Bank. So अस्सलाम वालेकुम अबूबकर, कैसे हैं आप?
Walaikum Assalam. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me here.
अबूबकर कुछ अपने बारे में बताएं kindly. What's your background?
I think more than my career, probably start a bit about myself. Love to play sports. Growing up, watched a lot of cricket, played a lot of cricket, club level cricket खेली है. टेनिस का बहुत शौक था, तो अंडर 14 तक टेनिस खेली. तो पैशन यही था कि जी आप मैं कोई स्पोर्ट्समैन बनूं. But then, you know, reality kicks in and then started focusing on studies. Public speaking और उसका बड़ा शौक था. Wanted to be a lawyer initially. और मुझे याद है हमारे मोहल्ले में एक सामने एक कपल आया and they, you know, the guy was an accountant and doing really well. तो वालदा ने मुझे कहा कि आप बेटा आप अकाउंटेंसी क्यों नहीं ट्राई करते, लग रहा है कि इसमें ज़्यादा फ्यूचर है और लॉयर्स को तो मार ही पड़नी है. तो खैर gave that a shot और alhamdulillah the rest is history. Married, have 2 wonderful children as well, so blessed, अल्लाह का बहुत करम है. And then like to do digital for good initiatives, चाहे वो टेलको में या FinTech में या in any other avenue where you can actually bring change through digital. तो वो शौक है, वो पैशन है.
Excellent. ये बताएंगे डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में आपने यू हैव लेड माशाल्लाह मल्टी-मिलियन डॉलर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. तो डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन क्या होती है और इस लेवल पे जब आप कर रहे होते हैं तो हाउ डज इट हैपन?
I'll just say 2 things कि डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन क्या होती है. एक तो फ्रॉम अ सोसाइटल परस्पेक्टिव, बिकॉज alhamdulillah I've also worked with the Overseas Chamber of Commerce and Industry and led their digital transformation of Pakistan report, which I presented along with a few team members a couple of months ago to the Ministry of Finance, to the Planning Minister, to SVP, SECP and other institutes.
Great.
So societal level पे ना digital transformation really has to be about the masses. It's digital, I always say, is a great equalizer. It reduces the gap. It should reduce the gap between rich and poor. It should enable, you know, the small guy to establish and run businesses, get an education, get access to healthcare. So digital for a society, digital transformation for a society has to be around mass benefit. Digital transformation can never be around benefiting a niche segment of society, because then we've got it all wrong. If digital transformation is about benefiting the few, then we've got it completely wrong, so we're not harnessing the power of digital. From the organization perspective, digital transformation is about putting the customer first. Too many organizations, when they speak about digital, they speak about the technology. So technology तो शुरू से थी अली. It's about the customer use cases. It's about the customer journeys that you can simplify, transform, make better in terms of product services, and how you can create a leaner back end to deliver those services, better services for customers. That's what digital transformation is about. And I really do think these vision statements, if they're established at a society level and at a company level, then the digital transformation program can really work. अगर कंफ्यूज हो जाए ना कि डिजिटल का मतलब है समथिंग कूल, ट्रेंडी, कॉम्प्लेक्स, डिफिकल्ट, or only IT or technology, or only benefiting 2% of society, or digital means, but digital का मतलब है एक app, digital equals an app, then I think sometimes A lot of money is also lost and a lot of valuable time is lost.
अच्छा, डिजिटल के साथ आपने टैक्सेस की बात की है, तो टैक्सेस इस वक्त काफ़ी ज़्यादा हैं टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री पे और एज सच, और आमिर इब्राहिम काफ़ी वोकल हैं इसके बारे में और कह रहे हैं कि बेसिकली थिंग्स आर गोना गो रियली बैड। तो आपका क्या व्यू है इसमें, जो जिस वक्त ये जा रही हैं इंडस्ट्री के लिए? आई मीन जिस तरह ये 4G है और इसके लिए अब जो नए लाइसेंसेज 5G के भी थे वो बड़े एक्सपेंसिव थे, तो इज़ देयर अ केस फॉर टेलकोज टू ऑपरेट इन पाकिस्तान? करंटली बड़ा एक्सपेंसिव होता जा रहा है।
I think the business case is difficult. And of course, I don't represent any telco right now, so just as an outside view and बिल्कुल as sort of a partial expert, it's a difficult business case.
Right.
उसकी वजह ये है कि the license fees for telcos is paid in foreign currency, which is interesting कि पाकिस्तान में आप ऑपरेट करते हैं लेकिन लाइसेंस टू ऑपरेट जो है आप US डॉलर में पैसे देते हैं. Most of the infrastructure and equipment that is used to provide telco services is imported, so that is also paid in foreign currency, but the income is in local currency. It's a difficult business case as it stands, and I think this is unfortunate because telco जो है ना is a sector of sectors, it enables others. But until Ali हम पाकिस्तान में ना unless we broaden the tax net, पता नहीं कब तक हम ये बातें करते रहेंगे. मुझे तो लगता है कि अभी 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 सालों बाद शायद हमारे बच्चे इधर बैठे हों.
हमारी बात फेल हो जाएगी.
नहीं बच्चे बैठे होंगे, वो भी कह रहे होंगे जी पाकिस्तान में ना टैक्स नेट ब्रॉडन करें.
So what is your style of leadership? How do you inspire people?
I've been fortunate to work with great teams, great people. Ali, my view on leadership is, just a couple of points. It's quite simple. The first and foremost is that to inspire people to a greater vision than just themselves. The people need to know what is it that we're trying to achieve, which can really create impact. अगर आप impact create नहीं कर सकते beyond yourself and beyond just the team, then it's not interesting. It's never interesting for me, at least. That's number one. Number two is being authentic. Being authentic is not trying to be someone you're not, but being authentic and sincere. And I said this on an HR webinar recently. When you are sincere with someone, that ensures that you can have tough conversations with that person as well, because the other person is never doubting your intentions. You see the difference if you don't know कि उस बंदे के intentions क्या हैं. Does he or she have your best interests at heart? So you don't really focus on the message because you're so hung up in focusing on whether that person is believable, whether that person is authentic, whether that person is sincere. If people are able to see your authenticity and sincerity, you can give them tough feedback because they take it, they know कि यार if this person is saying it, तो he or she is saying it from a good place, ना? So I think my number one rule of leadership is to be authentic, sincere, always communicate, be willing to listen to good ideas from whoever it may come from, but then really push people to be the best version that they can be. I think in Pakistan sometimes, Ali, we hold back on giving tough feedback, but we also hold back in appreciating and praising others. I don't know, it makes no difference, Ali, कि मैं किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ अटैच्ड हूँ या नहीं. अगर मेरे प्रीवियस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या जो कि आज शायद कंपेटिटर हो, उसमें अगर कोई अच्छा काम कर रहा है, सो व्हाई शुड वी नॉट अप्रिशिएट? ये क्या साइंस है कि क्योंकि वो मेरा कंपेटिटर है या वो मैं उस इदारे में था तो मैं उसकी तारीफ़ नहीं कर सकता, मैं कह नहीं सकता कि उसने अच्छा काम नहीं किया. ये साइंस इज़ समथिंग आई डोंट सब्सक्राइब टू. व्हाट वी ट्राई टू एस्टैब्लिश इज़ कि दे नो कि वो क्या उर्दू में कहते हैं, 2 नंबर नहीं है. The intention is good, the vision is established, it's from a sincere place, and then you want to help people grow, invest in their development, help them invest in their development. And why should only the senior leaders go abroad for trainings? Why I don't. Why should only the senior leaders get an opportunity to present to the board? why can you not appreciate your team members on social media? And at the same time, give them tough feedback when they mess up. Say, listen, guys, this didn't work. You better do it better next time and do A, B, C, D. Otherwise, listen, I'm not going to be able to support you. I'm not saying एक बॉस है वो बड़ा अच्छा कहते थे कि यार if you want to be popular, be an ice cream seller.
आपके माइंड में जब आपने बहुत सारे स्टार्टर्स को you've been advising
जी
startups as well.
जी.
What is it that you tell them to do?
Ali, if someone has the appetite to follow their dream and passion and take a risk, generally मैं उनको बिल्कुल discourage नहीं करता because life is short. People get one opportunity. Let them have a go at it. So, matlab, no one gets out of this life alive, right? So let them have a go. But of course, if they come to me for advice, I do try and give my 2 cents as to how they can get to where they want to get to better. I don't try and change their destination if they feel strongly about it. 2-3 चीज़ें मैं ज़रूर ये कहता हूँ कि to the startups कि यार you need to surround yourself with the 1 or 2 or 3 people who share your vision but who don't share your skill set. Because अगर आपकी जो 1, 2 या 3 पार्टनर्स हैं उनका वही स्किल सेट है ना जो आपका है तो you don't have diversity. अगर आपके पास अगर से एक डेवलपर है और उसके 2 पार्टनर्स बनाए हैं वो भी डेवलपर ही हैं तो बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव किसको आता है, फाइनेंस पर्सपेक्टिव किसको आता है, रेगुलेटरी पर्सपेक्टिव किसको आता है. एंड ऑफ कोर्स इन अ स्टार्टअप यू डोंट हैव द लग्जरी कि आप 50 लोगों को हायर करेंगे बट यू नीड टू हैव डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ स्किल. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग आई से इज़ कि हैव पीपल हु शेयर योर विजन एंड पैशन बट नॉट योर स्किल्स. मेक श्योर यू हैव द डाइवर्स स्किल्स चाहे 2 लोगों और 3 लोगों दैट यू नीड फॉर द नेक्स्ट ईयर. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. अदरवाइज पीपल लाइक टू सराउंड दमसेल्व्स विद पीपल जो उनके साथ ये एग्री करते रहें हर वक्त. मैं कोई बात कहूँ दूसरा बंदा कि हाँ जी बिल्कुल से सरदार साहब क्या बात की आपने, ऐसे तो बात किसी ने पहले की नहीं कभी. आई थिंक दैट्स वेरी डेंजरस इन अ स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम. दैट्स नंबर 1. Number 2 I would say is forget about the tech at the start. Focus on the problem to be solved and the customer perspective. Too many of the startups they first come and they say कि जी here's the app that I'm developing and they have not thought about the product market fit. They have not thought about the customer. They have not thought about the customer journeys. And the third thing I often say to startups is कि would you think and test it out that the customers would be willing to pay for it? It's all nice to say कि जी मेरे पास 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 50,000 कस्टमर हैं जब वो सर्विस फ्री होती है. और ये बड़ा गलत है हमारे स्टार्टअप्स के लिए जब एग्जांपल्स आ जाती है ना कि देखें व्हाट्सएप तो आज तक पैसे नहीं लेता, वो तो 15 सालों तक नुकसान में रहा है.
अमेज़न का भी ऐसा ही.
हाँ तो ट्रू बट देन यू नीड टू मेक श्योर यू हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ फंडिंग राइट एंड दैट काइंड ऑफ इन्वेस्टर. बिकॉज अनदर थिंग आई से टू स्टार्टअप्स इज कि अगर आपका अपना पैसा है डिफरेंट है, अगर इन्वेस्टर का पैसा डिफरेंट है, बट यू नीड टू सेट योर क्राइटेरियाज फॉर सक्सेस. आपके पास फंडिंग जर्नी है 6 महीनों की और अगर आप कस्टमर एक्विजिशन मोड में हो कि मुझे नंबर ऑफ कस्टमर से वैल्यूएशन मिलेगी विच वुड टेक नंबर ऑफ ईयर्स, इट्स कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट, इट्स नॉट लिंक्ड. सो आई ऑलवेज डू से दिस कि यार आप the WhatsApp or Facebook model may not always work. So do understand what is right for your funding capability, your investor capability and your strategy needs to be tailored accordingly. तो ये 3-4 चीज़ें.
Great.
ज़्यादा.
अच्छा आपने खुद नहीं कभी सोचा कि यार मैं भी थोड़ा सा I should also test the waters, कोई अपना काम करता हूँ?
मैंने कई दफ़ा सोचा है अली, शायद मैं अभी your podcast maybe the first podcast before me actually announcing that I may very soon get into this.
Oh,
I think it's time.
Amazing.
I think it's time. I love my corporate jobs. I've been very, very fortunate to work with amazing people. But I think at the same time, it's really, really important to create something where you can create it exactly the way you wish to create it. And I think that's something which हर चीज़ का वक्त होता है ना अली, मुझे लगता है कि वो वक्त अब आ गया है for me as well. Having said this, I'm very very inspired by the fact कि जो बच्चे अब graduate कर रहे हैं ना अली, not from our time, a lot of them want to do their own thing. a lot of the kids who are in the final year of the college, they want to do their own thing, and I really respect that, because it's very easy to give people advice from the comfort of a corporate job, but the people who are willing to take a risk, and it's not just themselves, it's usually their families connected to it, unless के कोई खराब पति हैं जो कि बहुत कम लोग होते हैं, there are people connected to you. So the people who are willing to take a risk and achieve something, it's scary, they need guidance and coaching, but at the same time it's really a pure enterprise to see them putting 100% behind it. ये एक अच्छी चीज़ है, and I hope to be on that journey as well.
So that's great यार, ये तो amazing कि आप खुद भी इसी तरफ आना चाह रहे हो. हमने ये ऑफलाइन डिस्कशन नहीं की थी, लेकिन मुझे थोड़ा सा लगा था कि यू आस्क वेरी रेलेवेंट एंड वेरी पर्टिनेंट क्वेश्चंस जो आप मेरे से मेरा स्टार्टअप जर्नी पूछ रहे थे वो. तो आई एम रियली हैप्पी एंड आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट कि अगर आप ये करने जा रहे हैं, सो आई थिंक यू विल डू वंडर्स एंड यू आर एब्सोल्युटली राइट कि देयर इज नो फीलिंग लाइक creating your own mark and your own legacy. And I think you have got all what it takes to be someone who carve your own path. I would like to ask you कि जो हमारा इस वक्त मुल्क की सूरत हाल है, तो माशाल्लाह आप भी you are also I happen to know you are a very patriotic person माशाल्लाह. तो क्या मैसेज है आजकल की यूथ के लिए, या हम देख रहे हैं बड़ी अवाम जो ना बड़ी वो हुई है, कंफ्यूज सी हुई है और बड़ी डिसहार्टेंड सी हुई है. व्हाट इज द मैसेज? वुड यू लाइक टू से समथिंग?
Yeah, sure. I think 3 things, if you allow me. One is, I will say to corporates, unfortunately corporates bear the brunt of a lot of the messages. वो कहते हैं हमारे अलावा भी कोई कुछ करे. But I will say to corporates and the government as well कि if there are 10, 20, 50, 100 people working with you, let's move away from the concept of minimum wage to focus more on livable wage. And I assure you this, Ali, I assure you this, the business case for an engaged and motivated workforce will always add up. On a P&L, on an Excel sheet, it may appear as an added HR cost. But what you will get in terms of productivity and employee engagement will more than make up for it. So I think in these tough times, organizations should try and focus on livable wage. In my past employer, we did that. We took the minimum salary to 50,000 rupees per month. That's one. To the youth, I will say कि अक्सर कहते हैं ना, necessity is the mother of invention. What better an opportunity to try and create your own small enterprise, your small business, when it seems like doors are shut. Try and do what you think you can drive forward, and you are part of a social media generation where you have access to so many tools. आखिरी चीज़ मैं कहूँगा, चाहे मुल्क है, इकोनॉमी है, इट्स ईजियर सेड देन डन अली, पर लोग जितने भी पत्थर फेंकें, ये इकोनॉमिक हालात जितने भी टफ़ हों, जो भी मुश्किलात आएँ, we can all decide how we want to react, whether we're going to quit or whether we're going to be a better version of ourselves. That's all we can do. There will be tough times. We will feel down, despondent, depressed. Their community needs to help. You need to have people around you, Ali, that can help lift you. But in this life there will always be trials and tribulations, and I think the message would be is not to give up. Be a little thick-skinned. 2-3 लोग ऐसे होने चाहिए जिनकी बात आप ज़रा गौर से सुने और समझें. जो बाकी है ना, यहाँ से.
Excellent. What a brilliant message. Thank you very much, Abubakar. I really enjoyed our conversation, and आपका जो last message है वो तो दिल पे लगा है जाके. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Ali.
So viewers, that was our episode, and I am very excited by how Abubakar has delivered the last message, and personally I am very charged up after this, क्योंकि उन्होंने जो बातें की हैं ना, I am really inspired by that, and I want all of you to have faith and continue to give your best and I think our country's future is going to be bright, inshallah. So thank you very much for spending time.
My
and
pleasure.
your amazing conversation and valuable insights.
And Ali, good luck to you. I know you interview people, but I think you inspire a lot of people with the passion in your businesses and creativity, and it's good to see people doing this. No?
Thank you very
It's
much.
good to see. Well done.
So stay tuned for more content, and thank you so much for joining us.